All right, let's talk about the girl child. Someone said world's most loved gender. So let's talk about it. Now, it is the International Day of the Girl Child, an annual observance that empowers girls and amplifies their voices. Now, the day acknowledges the importance and potential of girls by encouraging the opening up of more opportunities for them. At the same time, this day is designed or designated to eliminate gender-based challenges that young girls face around the world, including child marriages, poor learning opportunities, violence, and discrimination. The theme for this year is Our Time is Now, Our Rights, Our Future. As Nigeria joins the rest of the world to commemorate this day, we are focusing on the challenges the Nigerian girl child faces in different parts of the country. Joining us now is the Executive Director, Hacey Health Initiative, Rhoda Robinson. Rhoda, it's nice to have you back on set and have you back in Nigeria.
Thank you so much. It's nice to be here.
Great. Now, the girl child, we understand, goes through a lot of things, and it is the same thing any Nigerian goes through. Of course, we have to compartmentalize them. Then we begin to see things in different contexts. But from north to south, one would say the challenges of the girl child is not the same in all the different environments. But break it down for us to understand some of these challenges.
Thank you so much. As you said, from north to south, the challenges basically are the same, but the severity differs.
All right.
And so when you're looking at issues like education, access to healthcare, protection of rights, protection from gender-based violence, harmful traditional practices. This varies across regions, but they still exist as a whole. And that's what we're trying to protect girls from and provide for girls, giving them the opportunity and the platform to take advantage and to live to their full potential. When you're looking at the rights of girls that they need to protect, we're looking at their rights to be free from discrimination, to be free from violence, to be free to access healthcare, free to access education, free to explore and develop and choose the life that they want for themselves. And these are things that are systemically prevented, that girls are systemically prevented from achieving and from receiving in our society today. And that's why it's very important that we continue our advocacy and for the rights of girls, and we continue creating platforms that give girls the opportunity to develop themselves in full. As you know, every year Hacey has its annual activities that they do for the International Day of the Girl Child. And this year we looked at what girls really want when it comes to engaging with leaders and charting the future that they want. And through our essay competition, which had over 365 girls from across the nation, teenage girls, writing, you hear things like they want to be able to study a course that they see is fit for them, and that there is not a gender bias against girls being able to study that course. Things like aeronautics, things like marine biology, things that are categorically assigned or seen as male-dominated aspects. So those are the kind of things that girls are really looking forward to. Girls are looking at learning from role models who have gone through the same kind of thing, which we do not have right now, because generally over the years, society has limited how far women can go in terms of career, in terms of opportunities and what they can actually look at. So when you look at the rights of girls, you're looking at it both at the now, what they're facing now, and what they are going to face in future, which is why gender equality, promoting gender equality is extremely important, because it is not just for the now, it is also for the future, and giving them the opportunity to have a say in that future.
We have seen a lot of governments do campaigns for the girl child. The Sultan has done that. We've seen governors try to push it, especially in the north, and so on and so forth. But there's a sense that we're not emphasizing the boy child, and that the boy child in Nigerian society is even more important as a project than the girl child because you have to take care of the boys because the boys are the ones who are actually going to take care of the home, who are going to own the homes, who are going to make the money, who are going to make the policies, who have been making the policies. And if you don't take care of these boys and you neglect them and put the girls there, they are the ones who will go to the what's it called? Is it Kankara school? What's that school where they attacked?
Yeah,
They're the ones who will go there. They will go there. The ones who will go to the girls' school and attack them and rape them and destroy them, because we have not been taking care of the boy child. We have been taking care of the girl child. We have created a more deleterious atmosphere for the girl because we didn't take care of the boys. If we took care of the boys, then the girls can be taken care of more smoothly.
Okay. So I just first want to start by saying that it is not a war between genders. Gender equality is not looking at putting girls before boys. Gender equality is looking at ensuring that the same rights that boys enjoy, they enjoy it as well, and they are not segregated or discriminated against because of their sex or their gender. So that is the foundation of what we are looking at. And when you say that the issue is that when we are focusing too much on girls, the boys will be left behind. When you are trying to achieve equality, you start with what is lower. Right now, globally across the world, when you look at different gender indicators, gender indexes, women and girls are disproportionately affected by any situation whatsoever, be it crisis, be it war, be it economic downpour, be it poverty, be it health system, violence. Whatever you are looking at, when you compare how it affects the boys and men to women and girls are always more disproportionately affected. Let me give you an example. In the recently released gender index snapshot, you'll find that
where?
Globally, you can research.
Yeah, I'm not really talking about global
no,
issue. I'm talking about Nigeria.
Yes,
I understand the global problem.
I'm giving you an instance now. You'll find that there are 383 million women and girls will be affected more by poverty when compared to 365 million boys and men. You understand the difference? So it is not, we are not saying that boys are not affected. That is not the discussion. That is not the argument. We are saying that there are basic human rights that are systemically prevented and denied women and girls. And before we can reach a situation or a society that is fully developed, both instances have to be equally balanced. But we are not looking for a society that puts the responsibility of care or provision on one gender. We are looking for a society that equally values the contribution of both the male and the female. And that is what we are lacking in today's society.
But that's what we are saying. The same thing I'm saying, that we have movements all over Nigeria. I'm not interested in the global picture. I'm interested in Nigeria. Yeah. If you go outside today, go on the streets, it's better in the south. In the northern part of the country, you have so many boys. I lived in the north before, so I experienced this. The girls are probably they put something on their head and they go and hug. The boys are actually, so many of them, doing nothing. Because of the system, the feudal system that ignores them. They grow up, they become tools of the political elite. They become bandits. They become Boko Haram. They don't go to school. They become used by politicians. They become used by henchmen in the society, and they turn them to nothing. Their population, this population we need to examine, is as great as those girls that have been ignored. Definitely. So that's why I'm saying that there's no justice in this. When we keep talking about girl child, I understand it. But this same boy child, we own the home. We have five of those, 4 or 5 of them, or even 10 of them. It depends on how many wives he has before he dies. We have them as wives. I have to take care of them. Now, this boy child has not been taken care of as a child. You didn't let him go to school. You didn't let him go to get a good education. You didn't give him the good moral atmosphere to grow up in. And he now heads not only a harem, but a big family. And you expect that this one will understand the value of a woman. That's the problem. That's why I really appreciate what the Lagos State First Lady is doing. She's the only one who has said that we appreciate what's going on with women, with the girl child. I'm not playing down the role of the girl child, but I'm saying that this boy child that you neglect is going to be the one that will give birth to other girls who grew up not understanding the value of girls, but will now have to send his own boy to school and forget his girl.
Okay, so I'll take it one at a time. Yeah. Now you had said that in society, like in the north, a lot of boys are in the streets and they are prone to being picked up by hoodlum, political thuggery and all those things. Recruited for banditry and terrorism. Yeah. Yes. Now, when you look at it in that instance, as a government, there are supposed to be structures, policies in place to prevent that from happening. Let me give you an instance of when a school is built. And they say, let's say the problem is that there were not enough schools. That is why we had that issue of children not having anywhere to go, that they were on the streets. When a school is built, because there has not been a gender lens to actually look at the difference between the realities of boys and girls, more times than not, the boys get sent to school and the women and girls get left at home. Now, we do not need to argue if this is true or not. This is what has been happening. Even currently, this is what happens in the north as well. They do not go to school. They are not sent to school. Because at the end of the day, the same thought you have is that it is the boys that will end up taking care of the family. So they are the ones that we need to train. However, you are leaving undertrained, underexposed girls and women at home who cannot fight for themselves, who do not have a voice for themselves, who cannot provide for themselves. Now, if you look at an instance where, let's say, there has been a death of the male member of the head of the household in the family, at that point, when that one person who is the male that is leading that family is no longer there, those women and girls who are part of that family are now extremely vulnerable. And that is what we are trying to prevent. That even if you have empowered boy child, even if you have empowered men, you should be able to realize that it takes two to actually achieve equality. You cannot put all focus on one and saying that this is your sole responsibility. You are in charge of taking care of girls and they are supposed to sit at home and do nothing and not be responsible for themselves. No. Women deserve and have the right to be responsible for themselves, to be able to choose what they want to do and achieve what they want to achieve. But we do not find that in today's society because everything is put on the boy being the head of the... And we are not arguing that part. We are not arguing that part. What we are saying is that the women and girls deserve that equal opportunity as well. To be able to say, I want to go to school.
All right.
To be able to say that I want to live a better life.
Yeah, as we are winding down gradually, we know how religious we can be.
Yes.
You know, whether Christian, Muslim, you know, and all of that. Everyone has that connection to religion somehow. And also the culture. Very cultural people. Yeah. These are two strong phenomena that holds us or binds us, as the case may be. How are these two phenomena helping or compounding the situation? Because it seems like the ultimate figure that religion looks up to is male. When you talk about God, the image of God is male. The image of messiahs are male, except for maybe few religions that have the female and all of that. In culture, it's the same thing. Most deities, apart from very few, have the image of the male.
Yes. So the problem is not having the image of the male. The problem is the value that is placed on the image of the female.
Okay.
Now, when you look at cultures that prioritize male children to female children, you'll find that there is that clear distinction that subjugates the female child and like gives her no rights whatsoever. So those cultures need to change. It is, I as a Christian, my religion does not promote the subjugation of women. It does not say that women are inferior. It does not say that women do not have power. Do you understand? So it is our interpretation of that that matters. We need to be able to come to the realization that difference does not mean one is less than the other.
Well, you're a Christian.
Yes, I am.
There's a place in the Bible that says the head of the woman is the man.
Yes.
The head of the woman is, the head of the man is Christ.
Yes.
And the head of Christ is God. That's not equality.
No. Equality in value. And there's also a place in the Bible that says men have a responsibility to love their wives.
Yes.
And in love, there is no pain. Yeah. In love, there is no discrimination. In love, there is no fighting. In love, there is equality. And that is what people tend to forget. You see it as a position rather than a responsibility of equality between two genders.
Equality of responsibility, but not of status.
Equality of the value of status.
Okay.
That is the key thing. Your role is as important as my role. That's basically
it's
what
just
it
like
is.
saying the leader's role and the follower's role. They're all important, but there's a leader and there's a follower.
Exactly. There's structure in everything. Without structure, society
that all
will collapse.
complement
they all
Exactly.
complement each other.
You should not use your position to
the equality
undermine
of love.
Exactly.
The equality of love.
It's all right. Okay, we have to leave it here now. I wish we had more time because when it comes to the girl child, and today's theme is our time is now, our rights, our future. I was looking forward to, but I think it's an ongoing thing
yes,
that we can,
continue
beam
discussing.
searchlight on. Thank you so much, Rhoda Robinson.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure to come here.
Thank you very much for what you do. Thank you. Great.